I've been coaching for a while, so I've seen a lot of really good football players. Most recently, the year Cooper Kupp had Triple Crown winning that year was just absurd to watch. And even here in Atlanta with Julio, so I've seen some really talented players, but Bijan is right up there, if not at the top, with wow moments. His ability to make you miss, his ability to cut, his ability to go vertical fast. Other than getting caught yesterday, he's the slowest guy on our team. His ability to do all those special things those are for sure wow moments.
That was Raheem Morris on his superstar running back, Bijan Robinson. How about a new segment here, Chris? The Upper Echelonce.
I like it.
Straight out of a Simms.
You're going to start to learn the English language.
The other English language.
Exactly, right.
Very
Chris
good.
Simms English language.
I'm very down.
1,000 cuts by death.
Yes. Right? See, that one at least makes sense. Kind of. We're going to look at 5 players who are off to hot starts. And
let's start with him, just because we're here.
Bijan?
Yeah.
I mean, you have to right now. I don't even want to call this a hot start. I just think this is who he is.
Yeah, right.
Like, I confidently watch him, and I'm like, oh, this dude is insanely special.
It's insane. I mean, we've seen him. We saw him doing this stuff at Texas. I mean, Bijan Robinson, without a doubt, needs to be in the upper echelons, okay? There's no question about that. And I think maybe I wouldn't put him as the top pure running back, right? There's other guys that maybe I like a little bit more in that department, but still he's awesome at that. I think where you can legitimately have a real argument to me is he might be the most complete running back in football, right? I mean, as far as the run game, pass game, run between the tackles good, on the edge is good. In the pass game, he's good for 2 or 3 catches every game where you go, holy shit, look at him in space. He breaks a guy's ankles. As we heard there with Raheem Morris, there's only one issue in his game as compared to maybe some of the other stars of Jahmyr Gibbs, Jonathan Taylor, Saquon Barkley. He can't go 80 to the house, right?
He gets caught.
He can get vertical in a hurry, like you heard Raheem. As far as 0 to 60 and getting to top speed, he does that in 3 steps. But his 6th gear, right, that doesn't go zoom back to 200 miles per hour like the other guys do, right? That's the only issue.
And those opportunities are a little few and far between.
They are. They're few and far between.
In the NFL, not
exactly
college.
Right.
Yeah.
They're few and far between. You don't judge a guy necessarily on that as much in the NFL. You'd like to have that. But, yeah, I am blown away by his ability to jump cut at full speed running, the spin moves at full speed, the hands and catching the ball in awkward positions. And then, of course, he's physical too, and he can bounce off tackles and run people over and do all that. He's a phenomenal football player, and they've realized how to use him, I think, finally there in Atlanta, and we're seeing that all kind of come together.
It feels like the Falcons have really embraced, or starting to embrace, hey, can you just be our Marshall Faulk?
Yeah, right.
We want you
that's
to
a great example.
Every
Exactly.
single, because, over 100 receiving yards. The wheel route throw from Penix was
awesome.
It felt like it was a second late, and it didn't matter because his arms so strong. He put it on such a line.
Right.
It was a really, really awesome throw. So, yeah, this feels like he's in the upper echelons, right?
I think so.
How many running backs would you take over him today? Okay. Not for the next 4 years. Okay. Because in the next 4 years combo, I think it's him. I think it's...
He's right out. Yeah, you're right. I mean, okay, right now, today. You're saying today.
Yeah. Would you take Saquon over him?
Yes, I would right now.
Jonathan Taylor?
Ooh, that's the close one.
I know.
That's the really close one. I'm a sucker for the big play to probably, I would say yes.
Okay. I don't think it's
but it's close. No disrespect to Bijan. Jahmyr Gibbs, I'm taking over.
Okay.
All right? After we get to that right there, that might be the group, really.
Yeah.
I mean, gosh, there's some good running backs right now. I mean, I do love me some Bucky Irving. I do love me some Kyron Williams, but I'm not going to take him over him. No, I think that's probably the group right there. I love Josh Jacobs and the way he plays and runs, but he's not as dynamic as Bijan Robinson. Right. Yeah. He's a between the tackles extraordinaire. So, yeah, I think that's about it right there, man.
Well, let's go to Jonathan Taylor, who you just kind of took over him, but it felt like the closest thing to a tie.
Yeah.
It feels like this Colts offense can just so consistently run through him when they need to.
Yeah, I think he's really good at catching the ball. He's not as talented as Bijan catching the ball, but still catches it for sure, right? Can run hard between the tackles. He may be a little more different than Bijan is, his ability to skate and break your ankles and do this stuff and the jump cuts. Like, I don't know if there's anybody in football that can do that like he can. I mean, that's where he might be at the top of the list in that department. Jonathan Taylor's a little bit more get the ball and just zoom. And he's just like, whoa, he got through that hole quick. Whoa, there was 2 defenders closing and he split them, right? Where Bijan probably can't split them and he's got to be like, I got to hit the brakes and make one of you miss, right? That's kind of the difference there. But, yeah, Jonathan Taylor is a phenomenal player, and I'm just maybe one of those guys that's a little bit sometimes of like, score from anywhere at any time.
Right.
I put a little more value on it maybe than other people do.
Yeah, to your breakaway point, I mean, this is somebody that I think because of his size, people miss this. He was a back-to-back New Jersey state champion in the 100-meter.
I know, right.
Like, it's
insane.
out of this
Right.
world.
And New Jersey, it's not Texas and
Right.
Florida, but New Jersey's still fast.
Yeah.
New Jersey's got a lot
Athletes.
of speed and athletes. So yeah, I mean, his speed is real, as we see almost on a weekly basis right now. And that's what's awesome about that offense is Steichen just knows how to get guys in space, like we're seeing with Tyler Warren, we see with him, we see with whatever receiver it is of the day that kind of always has a few opportunities. But yeah, I'm a huge fan of Jonathan Taylor.
I think those are the 2 easy ones.
Yeah.
Now we kind of crank up the difficulty.
I know, right.
James Cook,
Yeah,
at the end of the year, he's going to have all the stats
Yeah.
with everybody.
right.
How do you stack him up in an offense that it clearly gives him the right opportunities?
Yeah,
he doesn't have
right.
to be the guy.
Right.
But it still feels like he does make the most of what his touches are.
I think so too. And I didn't bring him up with some of those guys we just mentioned, and I think I should have. I do think I should have. Does he make as many as impressive 5 and 8 yard runs as Bijan? No, he doesn't do that. He's awesome in the pass game, and he has better long speed than Bijan. But I think of the guys we talked about, at least that I looked at to go, hey, they're super elite, right? And all that. Jahmyr Gibbs, Jonathan Taylor. I brought up Kyron Williams, who I think is awesome. Christian McCaffrey when he's really healthy.
Yeah.
Saquon Barkley and all that. Derrick Henry, of course. I think that James Cook deserves to be in that group. I do. Now, it might not be quite as impressive as some of those guys between the tackles, but I think it's better than people realize. He's not like a bruiser, but, man, he runs hard. He does bounce off tackles and do some impressive things there. So I, as of right now, will sit here and tell you I think he's upper echelons. I do. He's the most explosive guy on that Bills offense, not named Josh Allen. And he's rare in that I do think he's a guy that can score from anywhere on the field. You don't agree with me, though. You don't think he's upper echelons. You think he's, like, real good but not there?
Yeah, I think the
Right.
problem is, and I do think it's gone too far where James Cook gets no credit because he's on the Bills.
Right.
I think that's where it's wrong.
Right.
Because the combo was, well, the Bills shouldn't pay him. You could just put Ray Davis in there.
Yeah, and it's like, no.
And that's not fair.
That's not fair.
That is not fair to
Definitely
James Cook because he's a lot better than
Right,
that. I
right.
guess where I look at the upper echelons is how many players do I get?
Yeah.
And I guess for me, I know I'm taking Saquon, Bijan,
Yep.
Jonathan Taylor, and Gibbs.
Right.
So what is the cutoff?
Yeah.
Right? If I get a fifth, the fact that he's making a real run at 5
Right.
says a lot.
It does.
Like, how do I value Bucky Irving and Achane
Right.
and
McCaffrey.
McCaffrey still?
Yes. I don't know. Did you say Derrick Henry?
Didn't say Derrick Henry.
No, right. Because I'm agree with you. I think the guys you said are in a little bit of a different class than everybody else.
Yep.
And then there's some real argument about who kind of comes next.
And here's a fun one for
Yeah.
you. I wouldn't be shocked if in 6 weeks we're like, is Amari and Hampton fifth?
Well, I definitely looked at it for sure. Right.
I can't say it now.
Right.
But I think in 6 weeks I might say
We're
it.
going to talk about the Giants defense in tomorrow's pod, right, for the Wednesday pod. And, yeah, there's some things to talk about with Omari and Hampton and how he looked in that game. But, yes, I agree with you. Kenneth Walker would be another guy that could be in that second group there. And honestly, almost on the fringe of the first group in my eyes a little bit. I'm a huge Kenneth Walker fan, but you got to be able to do it consistently for a full season. We just never have seen that from him. So, yeah, I think we're on the same page. I just probably think a hair higher of James Cook than you do, I guess.
So here's a fun one that
Right.
I don't think anyone listening will realize unless you're a Jaguars fan. Travis Etienne Jr. right now.
Yeah.
Week 4 against the Niners.
I
big
deliberately
week.
didn't say his name just for this. Right.
Yeah. 19 carries, 124 yards, and a touchdown. On the season,
Yeah.
he is 6 yards away from 400 rushing yards.
Right.
He's third in the NFL. He's averaging over 6 yards a carry
Yeah.
right now. I'm not going to lie, Chris. This is the one before the year I thought he was done.
Right.
I was like, you got to get Bashaw Tootin involved. You got to tank Bigsby before they
I've been
traded
the
him.
Tanks Bigsby fan. I've been the one being like, hey, Bigsby's better than Etienne. I said that all last year.
It felt that way. I don't know if he's just he wasn't healthy for so long that now he is. But this is the one I am most surprised by.
He looks more explosive to me, and maybe that is the health. I also think the diversity in the run game is really helped him. Liam Cohen is really good in the run game. And from everything I know, really good in keys for the running backs too, and what to read and certain plays, and when to know to hit the hole and when to be a little slower and read your blocks and all that, right? That's where they're special. That's where you saw Bucky Irvin be so awesome last year, and of course into this year he's still awesome. But no, I think if you talk to the guys I watch the games with on Sunday, I have in the last 3 weeks have been like, man, Etienne he's hitting the hole. It's like, holy shit, he's running with aggression to the point where I think he's injected himself into this conversation. I don't know if I'm going to put him there quite with Jonathan Taylor and Bijan and Jahmyr Gibbs and James Cook, like I said, and all that, quite there, but it's damn close. And again, I think that second group of guys we talked about, I go, if you ordered it and put him at the top of the second group of guys, I wouldn't be like, oh, no, that's crazy. And again, he's another example because he's been a part of offenses where they have it's inside zone or outside zone. Right? And that's just not conducive for everybody. And not everybody can block it and always get to the second level and make it work. I think you're seeing some run game versatility with them right now, and they've become a lot better at it. And I think he's keyed into certain things to make himself more assertive and seeing holes and hitting the hole and doing that. And you're seeing his true talent come about, let alone I think we're getting to contract year. As we know, that always puts a little fire up everybody's ass. Yeah, exactly right.
All right, our last one, and we got the homies chiming in here. Jake Scanlon goes,
a good one.
Damn, okay, Puka Nacua, an absolute machine of a football player. Where does he deserve to be ranked amongst the best wide receivers? Chris, I texted you guys this weekend, and I said,
"It's a great job by you," because I was hearing this too, and I'm glad you put this out there.
It feels like everybody was finally buzzing all at once. Why do we not talk about Puka Nacua the way we talk about Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, Tyreek Hill? And I get it. The skill set, totally different.
Right.
That's not what I'm saying. But all this dude does is, number one, he's the best blocking receiver in the NFL. Bar none.
Without a doubt.
No, but 15 targets, 13 catches, 170 yards. It feels like when he's healthy, he dominates week in and week out.
I think so. We brought up a few weeks ago, why isn't Jonathan Taylor in the conversation? And I think now we've seen a few games, and everybody's like, hey, yeah, you're right. He is one of those guys. And health was an issue through his career too. I think to where people will be like, oh, he's one of the best there is. And then he'd disappear for 10 weeks and we'd be like, oh, we forgot about him. This deserves the attention it's getting on social media. I think it's fair. I'm disappointed in myself a little bit that I haven't been like, why don't we do this? I usually pride myself in trying to give that guy their due. But I think he deserves to be in that combo. There's really no weakness to Puka. I think that's the big thing you look at. So, yeah, he's not as explosive as Jamar Chase, but it's not far behind, and he's bigger and way more physical. Right? Okay, he might not be quite the route runner Justin Jefferson is, but it's close, and he ain't far behind. And where I would say is, I don't know. Again, I think he's more physical, and if you told me which one I'd want to throw a go route to, I'd go, it's close. I might want to throw it to Puka. I think Puka can run by you every bit the same way Justin Jefferson can. So, yeah, he deserves to be in that conversation. Over the middle and physicality catches, he's the best. Taking on big shots, breaking arm tackles, getting another 5-10 yards after the catch, there's no doubt about it. So I think our bottom line here and what we're saying is, yeah, he deserves to be in that conversation. He is extremely well-rounded, let alone explosive, a tackle breaker, and then they know how to use him. And they know how to use him, and they know how to keep doubles off of him. That's where the Rams are really good. And, yeah, it's every week he shows up, man.
The alignments are awesome.
Right.
So
tell me about
he's
him.
Obviously, through 4 weeks, he's played out wide the most, 109 snaps. He's played 85 snaps in the slot. But getting to your point of kind of hiding him at times, he's played 6 snaps as a tight end, and he's played 4 snaps in the backfield.
Yeah.
And those are just the basic alignments.
Right.
They move him from different actual spots.
They stack him behind guys.
Stack him. They move him on the left side, the right side, the bunches. So these are all the big picture alignments.
Yeah.
But when you look at the 85 slot snaps, it's broken up into 8 different variations of playing in the slot.
Yeah.
So I think that, though, is part of the combo and I've fallen victim to this until now. I think people are like, oh, it's a Sean McVay merchant.
Yeah.
But he's not.
No.
It's not like Sean McVay can just go find somebody in the 5th round next year and be like, okay, you're now Puka Nacua.
No.
Puka has showed that he's special in his own way.
Definitely. And they're special at having an eye for guys in the 3rd, 4th, and 5th round out there at the Los Angeles Rams. They're amazing at it. They really are.
It always cracks me up that they're the picks team.
Yeah.
Because they dominate.
They dominate their picks. Right.
Like, no, they don't need 9 picks in a draft because they'll smash 4.
Because the 5 they did killed it. Exactly right. I'm with you. I've been on that all along as well. But bottom line is, yeah, you're right. And I think the McVay Stafford thing probably takes away from him a little bit. But like physically, he's better than Cooper Kupp in his prime. That's what I would say for sure. And, yeah, he's a special damn football player who, like we said, I think the biggest thing is just no weakness that he brings to the table. You can't look at one area and go, ooh, he's not good at that. Watch out. He can catch a screen and get upfield. He might not go 80 like Jamar Chase, but he can get 20, 30, 40 as good as anybody else in the sport, and that's where he's awesome.
One last note on Puka. He joined Eric Moulds, obviously 2002 Bills, and TJ Houshmandzadeh, 2007 Bengals, as the only players in NFL history with at least 8 catches in each of his team's first 4 games of a season.
Yeah, well,
so he's off to a historic start.
A historic start, and they know how to feed their guys. I mean, McVay's amazing at that.
One quick note to the homies. NBC and YouTube are in negotiations on a new agreement as the old agreement expires tonight. So if they don't reach a new agreement, any new Chris Simms Unbuttoned shows and clips won't be visible on YouTube tomorrow. Please find us on Peacock, NBCSports.com, or wherever you get your podcast to listen to your podcast. We know it sucks. We're hoping for a conclusion pretty quickly.
Out, right.
But just want to
we're letting you know.
Stop the panic.
That's where you got to find us, all right? You got to find us somewhere else for at least the foreseeable future until this contract gets done. Yo, homies, it's time to watch some games. That's right. We're on to the NFL season here with Chris Simms Unbuttoned.
Hit subscribe to get our weekly picks, Sunday night recaps after every game, and much, much more.
Thanks for watching. Peace out, homies. Remember, subscribe. Peace out.